Persian government was the king, whose word was the law. There were three parts of his authority. It was extended by 1. A bureaucracy led by Persian nobles, scribes, who kept the records, and a treasury that collected taxes for projects and armies. I am the king's scribe.
I am the king's treasurer.
I am the king.
The kings of Israel go in this order. From 539 to 530, Cyrus ruled. Our evidence for that is in Isaiah 45 and Daniel and Ezra 1 through 3. The next couple of kings were Ahasuerus in Ezra 4 through 6. Artaxerxes, he is found in Ezra. Darius, he is also found in Ezra. And Ahasuerus, found in Esther 1 through 10. Much of the Persian Empire was divided into satrapies, led by a satrap. Satraps were like minor kings of their own palaces. Now, sometimes a satrap could become so powerful that he could threaten to overthrow the king. But the way that a king kept the satrap in line was by having tight rein on his armies and treasury. Weaponry of Persia. Persia used light cavalry, armed mainly with bows and arrows, and heavy cavalry that wore some armor and carried spears. The people that carried spears were called spearmen, and they were for infantry shock combat. Also had foot archers to act as skirmishers. The Persian kings were Zoroastrians, named after their founder, Zarathustra, called Zoroaster in Greek. Zarathustra conceived his religion in 600 BC. It was monotheistic, with one supreme God, who created everything spiritual and material. The main idea of the religion was the people had to choose between good or evil. After they died, it was either an eternal afterlife of pleasure or torment. It depends on the possible results of the God's judgment after your death. These concepts greatly influenced the religions that followed. Another source informs us that the Persians were originally polytheists. This means that they had numerous gods. Gods of the sun, the wind, the water, and fire. Their religious practices included animal sacrifice, a reverence for fire, and the drinking of a natural intoxicant made from the justice of the Haoma plant. Persia's effect on Israel. Out of all the empires that affected Israel, Persia's was unique. They permitted the return of the southern kingdom of Judah under the Lord's command, 70 years after their exile by the Babylonians under King Nebuchadnezzar. When Darius was the king of Persia, they conquered Babylon. When this happened, Daniel became Darius' main helper. When people became jealous of how Darius treated Daniel, they got Darius to create a law that everyone had to worship him. When Daniel refused, he was thrown into a pit of lions. The treatment of conquered nations. The Persians were mainly humanistic and more humane in the way that they treated their conquered. The religion of Zoroastrianism forbade slavery, so slavery was not practiced or permitted.